Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. So the St. Louis Cardinals are in position to sweep this three-game series with a win. So, Chris, what's their mindset heading into today?
Yeah, looking to go 3 for 3, Boog. They've already won the series, and now they can really leave their mark. It's all about having confidence, and that's what a team takes away from a sweep. So they're happy to win the series, but they'll really be riding high tomorrow with a win today.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about ready to roll here. On the mound for this one, Steven Matz. And Chris, he's hoping for some better fortune moving forward.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Splits the plate. The ball's 2 strikes. To the right side, Goldie. And he takes it himself for the out. Check out the Red Sox lineup. And something they've talked about needing to improve on moving forward is their ability to apply consistent pressure, Chris. Right now, it's not a club that gets on base enough.
And sometimes, Boog, you just need a guy to go up there and grind out an at-bat, maybe have 11, 12 pitches, and all of a sudden guys get fired up in the dugout and they want to do the same thing. And before you know it, you start to get base runners on and you get a big hit, and all of a sudden you ride that wave for a few days and go on a winning streak. That's something they definitely could use.
Next to hit, Enmanuel Valdez. Hit in the air, right field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 away down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Devers now.
The third baseman, Rafael Devers.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Chopper right side. Over to Goldie. And that is that. And the Red Sox lead 1. And now the Cardinals. Back here with my pal Siggy. And towing the slab, Garrett Whitlock.
Yeah, I want to see how he handles left-handed hitters in this lineup today, because coming in, lefties are batting over 300 on the year against him. So he's going to have to figure something out to get inside, keep them from getting their arms extended, and then once conscious of the inside pitch, be able to go with something away and finish them off. Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Foul ball. Kicks and fires. Just missed. 1 out, base is empty. That one misses. 3-1 now. Lined, and that's a base hit.
That is good. The first base.
1 down. Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate with 3 hits and 4 runs batted in the series. First pitch misses. Rafaela. Quick feed to second for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. So the Cards are kept quiet through 1. On to the second. Back here in St. Louis, all set for the start of the inning. And now the rookie second baseman, Ceddanne Rafaela. That one misses, and that's ball 1. Matz measures 6 feet 2 inches, 32 years old, and he was a second-round pick. Well, this ball is crushed into left field. It's on its way and gone. A massive home run. And they jump ahead in the second. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 350 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
The pitch. And now it's even up.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And Boog, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most players are swinging at pitches up there, but we may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Here's Tyler O'Neill. 2 for 7 in the series so far. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
Here comes a pitch. Swings and misses at 1 down below the zone.
No ball,
Good changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Not close with that one. Now 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here's Trevor Story now.
Trevor Story.
Left field. And Story is out. And there's 2 away.
Batting up. The catcher, Connor.
Here's the speedy catcher, Connor Wong.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Out to short, Crawford. And that's the 3rd out. 1 in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely power source. It's an early 1-0 lead. Back in St. Louis as the Cardinals come up to hit here in the last of the 2nd. Now it's the DH, Nolan Gorman. Swinging a foul straight back. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. The 0-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Now 1 away.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Nolan Arenado stands in now and watches strike 1. Out towards left center. He's got it. And there's 2 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Next offering is in for a strike. Home team down a run here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Hit weakly on the ground towards second. Whips it to Casas, and that is the inning. And down. And welcome back to the ballpark. And stepping in is the speedy Jarren Duran. Fouled off to the right. Here's the 0-1. Fought off foul. Up the middle, Wynn. Now the throw to first on the run. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just pours in on the hands.
On a line out towards center. Makes a nice running catch. 2 away.
Now back.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Enmanuel Valdez. Flied to right his first time. In the air, left side. And that'll do it. Bottom of the inning. Here's Brandon Crawford. Whitlock back to work. On the ground to third. Tosses across to first. And Crawford is set down. And the batter now, Mason Wynn. Just off the inside edge. On the outside corner. And it's a ball and a strike. On the ground. And that one handled. Gets it to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. And now it's Ivan Herrera. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Up the middle. And that one finds its way through.
Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square up as much as he probably would have liked. But that's a good approach, paying off.
He's got it. And that's the inning. And we're back. Start of the 4th. So here's Boston's cleanup hitter, Rafael Devers. That missed inside. Ball 1. This is just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You got to work the edges. Really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
In the air, left field. And there's one down. Here's the second baseman, Ceddanne Rafaela. He's already homered here in this one. Foul ball there. The pitch. And a good eye there.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
That's out to center field. Edman sizing this one up. And he makes the catch. 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Now batting Tristan Casas. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And there's the strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Wouldn't chase that time.
1-1.
Two outs. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Left-hand batter waits. Chases the changeup in the dirt. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. Back here in St. Louis, here's the left fielder, Jordan Walker. Wouldn't chase that time.
You know, these Cardinals just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. I think things are happening a little quicker than this offense would like, and we see it in the numbers. They're hitting into a lot of outs early in the at-bat.
And the right-hander deals.
Nope.
Just misses. And that's ball 2. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Casas tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. And here's Paul Goldschmidt. On the ground right side, Rafaela tosses to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Nolan Gorman. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Makes the catch, inning over. Nothing doing there for St. Back here at Busch Stadium, top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Tyler O'Neill. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. O'Neill, a former Gold Glove winner, 28 years old. And he was born in Canada. That's down and in. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Edman going after it. He makes the grab, and there's one away.
The bat, number 10.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate. Fly to left his first time. There's your strike. Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the 5th. The shortstop takes the ball.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul. 1 down, base is empty. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Ripped to third. Arenado to first in time. And Story is out.
Now back, the catcher.
2 outs, base is empty. And now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Connor Wong. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2. Two down, nobody on. On the ground to short. Crawford fires to first on the run. Up time, got him, and that'll do it. Red Sox go down. Back here in St. Louis, now Nolan Arenado. Right-hander back to work. And he takes a strike. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. This one belted deep left field. On its way. Gone. That was blasted to the moon. And we have a tie ball game. It's 1-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Matt Carpenter next up for the Cardinals. And that chance handled. Gathers and throws to first. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the home run.
Shortstop, Brandon.
That one laced to center and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Win in the box now. Take strike 1. Popped up. And that'll fall for a base hit. There comes the throw. And that's the second out of the inning on the force play. Ivan Herrera next up for the Cardinals. Runner on the go. Strike in there. And safe. It's a stolen base.
2 outs downs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured
now this one gets through. Coming home. He will score, and they take the lead. It's 2-1.
Comes through with the RBI. Just one of those seam high base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. But 2 runs for him, and they jump it. And we're back. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now batting Jarren Duran.
Nope.
First pitch just misses. Ripped to third and picked on a hop. Whips it across. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. So now the DH spot. Vaughn Grissom, 1 for 2.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
The lefty fires. Liner, base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And that one fouled off. With the go-ahead run at the plate, and we're the top half of the 6th.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Tap dances out of the way of that one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching him. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Devers in the box again, takes the strike. With the tying run on at first, here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Slow ground ball to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So 1 hit. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now at the plate, Jordan Walker. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Ground ball left side, and that squirts through. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's Paul Goldschmidt, and now Alex Cora is out of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. Garrett Whitlock departs, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. So a young arm coming on now out of the pen. Brian Bayo. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Into center. On the move. Duran pulls that one down. And next is the Cardinals 4-hitter, Nolan Gorman. Fastball for a strike.
That was the pitch to hit. 4-seam fastball.
Runner on the go. Devers fires across the diamond. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Pitch misses inside. Ball and a strike to Arenado. And another ball. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Right down to shoot, 2-2. Hammers that one. Curling down the line and foul.
saw that changeup really well. Just a little early, still barreled it. As you see, home run distance, just couldn't keep it fair.
Man on second, 2 down. Got him. And the inning is over. So 1 left for the Cardinals, but they still lead it 2-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Andrew Kittredge.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
The pitch. That's in for a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Giovanni Gallegos up and throwing. Romero getting cranked up as well. That one missed. Base hit into the outfield. And that puts the tying run on base.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Next pitch in for a strike. And 1-1.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3. And they turn the double play.
As a former player, watching 5, 4, 3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
On the ground, right side. Fires over to first. And O'Neill is retired. And that is the inning. Back here in St. Louis, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's back Carpenter. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first, heading for 2. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Crawford, the next to hit, takes outside. The shortstop takes the ball.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over-aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
That one ripped. Out of here. His second over this series, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 4-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
Number 63 gets handed the rock out of the pen. He last pitched 2 days ago. And first offering is fouled off. The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball. Oh, that hit him. Safe at first, and now after the play, we'll check on the right-hander status. Well, that ball came back and got him pretty good in the chest. As the catcher checks on him, looks like he might be okay, though, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure that stunned him more than anything, Boog. Always scary when we see comebackers like that, but I think it might just...
There goes the runner. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Great jump.
When you're trying to strike a bag against an elite-level arm behind the plate like this guy, you better get a great jump and get your speed and finish this job. That was a great jump right there. Really nice steal at second base.
Tommy Edman at the plate. First pitch misses.
Ball 1, no strike.
That's hard hit on the line. And they get Edman for the out. And there are 2 down. Now here is Jordan Walker. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
2 runs across in the inning. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Here's the strike. 95 of that one. High fly ball right field. O'Neill getting an angle on it. He's got it, and that will end the inning. 2 runs for St. Louis on this blast. It's now a 4-1 ball game.
Look at me. I feel so powerful. Look at me.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Giovanni Gallegos.
Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 65, Giovanni Gallegos.
Here's Trevor Story. The Red Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
And a pitch. The
1-0.
shortstop takes the ball. Gallegos, a 6'2 righty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Gets the outside corner with that one.
I got a ball,
Pitching
1
has been
strike.
pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
And 1-2.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just
1 ball,
ended up out
2
in front of the
strikes.
slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out.
You know, Boog, you often think a slider's more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones have both vertical depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. Good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
Batting with 1 down, takes a strike. The Red Sox trailing by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. Headed down the line. And that will drop foul. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time. Pereira collects, fires to first. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Arenado makes the grab, and that's the inning. 1-2. Bottom of the 8th. And here's the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. And a pitch. And fires in a fastball at 95. Swing and a foul. Pushed off to the right. And that one hammered. That's back there. Out of here. That'll fire up the dugout. It's his 8th home run of the year. It's 5-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Liam Hendricks out of the bullpen. This is his 5th appearance of the year.
No ball, 2
Right-handed
strikes.
reliever. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. 1 down, base is empty. Struck him out looking.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. Got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count. Just a poor at
1.
Carpenter at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one.
0-1.
And the slider just misses.
Got close to the immaculate inning, and he just couldn't find the zone right there. When you think about it, not...
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. St. Louis tacks on 1 with a homer. New inning getting started, and now the DH, Vaughn Grissom. Gallegos back to work. Now fly ball to right center. Sizes this one up. Hauls it in for the out. Going up on down.
Now back, the left-hander,
Enmanuel Valdez up next for the Red Sox. Late on that fastball.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
And here it comes. Strike two.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Got him swinging. And they're down to their last out. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
That's a hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Wastes no time there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Cedane Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. Devers leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one is absolutely belted. And no one can get there. Around third. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
And in scoring position with 2 away. At the plate, Tristan Casas. There's the strike. 1 run across in the frame so far here at the top of the 9th. Fastball for a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now backs against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
The Red Sox down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, and he got him. That's the ball game.
He closes out his 50th career save, so that one has a little extra meaning to it. You don't collect